Welcome to our podcast, Let's See What Happens. And this podcast features two women with ADHD, and we talk about our life choices, maybe shed some light on life with ADHD, perhaps inspire. Probably not, though. Okay. What would you say you do here?
Hello.
Okay. I had a headphone. I was carrying it around because I already lost one, as I mentioned in the last episode. That earbud decided to just go into the snow and be lost forever.
Yeah.
And that's where it's living. And so, not my fault. And now I was carrying it around, trying not to lose it. And then I come to my computer and it's not there. Plus, for a while, I was like, okay, I'm ready. Send me the link for the Zoom. And then I was like, I don't know where my computer is. It was under the bed.
Putting it under the bed really makes sense. I'm like, that's a safe place.
It is a safe place. It is a safe place. So
Yeah.
there's lots of things happening. You know what we forgot to do on our last episode? I had some people, maybe like a third of our listeners, which is maybe one person.
Great.
Which is fine, was like, I don't understand how any of your stories tie to ADHD. And I was like, well, I think we forgot to do the whole wraparound because we are both on substances. So
Correct.
we can't do everything, okay?
Listen, we can't be expected to shoulder all the burdens. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just have to come along for the ride.
And
Yeah.
also, you can draw your own conclusions.
And maybe they do, maybe they don't, Maybe they relate, maybe they don't. I think everything in my life relates to having ADHD. It's great.
It's more about the impulsivity of being able to make the choice
Yes.
to just go out and live your life and do that, right?
Yes.
And not really have a lot of fear around consequences.
Exactly.
Right? It sounds like I'm describing irresponsibility, which also it very much could be.
I don't think so. We're still
that was
here.
silly.
We're still
Clearly.
here. We're alive. We're not in jail. It's great.
It goes along with our theme of living the life that we want and
Yes.
having fun.
We-
Fun above everything else. So you are on a trip right now.
I
And we're
am
going
on
to
a
talk
trip
about
right now.
traveling today. And I guess we
Oh.
should also introduce ourselves.
Let's introduce ourselves.
You go first.
Okay.
You set the tone.
And I'll set the tone. My name is Lauren, and I would say the most last-minute traveler that I know. I could be going along about my life, about my day, doing one thing, and then within 24 hours, I could be on a plane going to a whole other country and have somehow managed to pull that together and neglected to tell anyone important. But yeah, I'm the most last-minute traveler that I know. Here we are.
I think that actually goes back to being able to design the life that you want. And I feel like you are the person of all the people that I know who have really designed a life that you want. Like, how many people would be like, I'm just going to go travel, or I'm just going to drop everything and go? Not a lot.
Not a
because
lot.
of the fear and
Yeah,
things.
and all
I'm
the
not really
things.
even sure. I
Yeah.
can't do that because I have kids, but if I didn't, I feel like I would be a lot more like that. And I was.
You were before you had kids. Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm Natalie, and I'm not traveling right now, but I do have 2 sick children that we had to come home from a vacation for, and I have been solo parenting with them, which has been intense.
I think that is appropriate, and I cannot even begin to understand how you are solo parenting 2 children who are sick.
I mean, it's debatable.
They're still alive. They're still here.
All right, so I think we're going to talk about how we travel as women with ADHD and how
Yes.
that maybe compares to the rest of the world, which seems to travel differently, apparently.
Kick us off, Natalie.
Okay, so when I travel, oh my God, did you just leave? Wait, where are you?
I'm
Are you
here.
Oh,
I didn't travel. I'm here.
did you time travel? Jesus. It was just my screen that I pulled up something in front of your video and that apparently you were dismissing.
Perfect.
Optic
Perfect.
permanence.
Gone.
I remember as a kid, we would get someplace and then my parents would make us unpack and we'd have to sit and read a map. I don't even know. And that used to drive me insane because we would go to, let's say, a beach. And then we'd have to sit in the fucking hotel while they, I don't know, read maps? That's probably not what they're
Weird.
doing. Yeah, that sounds weirder. I don't know. I guess now as a parent, I understand where they get somewhere and they're like, please God, can I just lie down in a bed?
Can I just
Okay,
stare at a
fine.
popcorn ceiling for 8 seconds? Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, I get somewhere and I want to immediately go out and explore it. I don't need to
Yes.
wait around. I don't need to figure it out. I don't need to plan it out. Once I'm in it, that's my experience, right? And I just figure it out as I go. And that's very much how I like to be. And it aligns with the ADHD personality where you're just like, okay, let's do it. We don't need to plan it out because once I fucking plan it and then I get out there, my plans are going to change anyways almost immediately when I see a coconut.
Yeah. When the light is
Really
good. This is literally
weird
how
thing to
I
say.
move through the world. I'm like, the light is really good over there. Let's just go that way, right?
Yeah,
Plan
exactly.
out the window. Doesn't matter. You don't know what the light's going to do when you're sitting in the hotel room. You got to just get out there and experience it. Yes.
Yes.
All of the
Actually,
good
so
life.
that's how I like to do it. And there was a time in college when I studied abroad in New Zealand, and I would just book flights randomly by myself to go to the North Island of New Zealand. I lived on the South Island. Or one time I booked a flight to Australia by myself and went to Sydney and then literally figured it out. Had no plan.
Yeah.
Just booked a flight. And I don't remember anyone being overly too concerned about this. And maybe I didn't tell anybody. I certainly didn't tell my parents. So I didn't have anybody responsible being like, have you thought this through? I was like, nope. And I'm going. And it was super, super fun. And I booked all these cool things by myself and I met people and I almost didn't make it back on both flights because I was too hungover, but I did eventually.
You did.
I did.
You're fine.
Yes.
Turns out those flights go all the time. I feel like this is a big part of the mystery and wonder that is moving through life with ADHD. This is also how I ended up buying a hostel in San Jose, Costa Rica.
Let me hear that story.
Oh man, it's quite a long story. And as you might be able to tell from my voice, I feel like hot garbage.
I think it's sexy.
Oh, I mean, I've got a raspy, sexy voice. It's great.
When I'm sick, I just sound more like Kermit. You sound cool.
I really love that Kermit is sexy for you. You're looking at a green frog Muppet that's like got a giant head and lanky body, and you're like,
I
love
choose
it.
you.
I choose you. If people said, do you have a type? I would say Kermit. Great.
Yeah,
mouth
same.
forward. Very mouth forward.
Big eyes.
Big eyes. Never blinking. Very big. This is amazing. Have you ever been compared to a Muppet?
No, but I compare myself to a Muppet and I edit this fucking podcast. So I'm listening to my voice all the time. And half the time I feel like I'm a 6. So half the time I'm even more Muppety.
Well, that's great. I don't compare myself to a Muppet, but others compare me to a Muppet, which is just amazing.
Are you the rock and roll one? The
yeah,
one with
I'm
the
the one that's,
fuzzy
like,
red hair?
The fuzzy red hair who's just like dirty all the time.
Yeah.
Who's like toted being like,
that's the one I thought. He plays the drums. That's cool.
Yeah.
He's rock and roll. Yeah, I know
It's
exactly.
amazing. Yeah, he's really rad. He's also probably only 22 years old. It looks like he's 55. Anyway, so I feel like this moving through the world where like you're just there and you're showing up and you're doing things. And first of all, buying a one-way plane ticket, that is like the most incredible sense of freedom I have ever felt. I cannot imagine a better feeling of freedom than a one-way plane ticket.
Everybody should do that.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And like, it is amazing. And sometimes you have to have a fake plane ticket on the way back or a bus ticket out of the country because the country doesn't want to let you in with only a one-way plane ticket because it's a red flag that you're not going to leave. So pro tip, make sure to have at least a printout of a fake bus ticket out of the country where you buy a one-way plane ticket, just in case customs asks.
It's like a piece of paper with crayon written on it. You're like,
no,
please.
No, Natalie, I put it into a Word document and then I printed it and made it look like a bus ticket. Okay. That's what I did. This is how I ended up in Costa Rica with a one-way plane ticket. And this is like back in the day when everyone was traveling with a Lonely Planet, right? Like a book, a guidebook that would tell you where to go. Nowadays, right? I was about to say, like, having a one-way plane ticket in your hand, like people have printed plane tickets. No, we have a fucking phone. We're not having this incredible computer in your hand that one of its functions is a plane ticket that might be in some sort of phone wallet that you're going to fucking lose. So you're probably going to print that out anyway. So everyone should have a one-way plane ticket. Also, the big reason that I think having a one-way plane ticket and going to a place that you've never been before by yourself offers such an extraordinary sense of relief and freedom and happiness for people with ADHD is that you get to show up in a place and nobody knows you. Nobody has any idea about you. There's no baggage. There's no story. When you are with people who know you really well, their experience of you is colored by all of their past experiences of you. And if you have ADHD, those past experiences might be a mixed bag, from their point of view.
Yes.
And so from your point of view, though, you're like, I just get to show up in the world and everyone just gets to experience me for the first time. And generally, it's extraordinarily positive. And so,
you know what else I would like to add to this?
Please.
Especially as girls growing up with ADHD, I feel like there were a lot of times where I didn't get to make the mistakes and experience it because I learn a lot through experience. And so with oppositional defiance that comes along with ADHD, if somebody is like, you can't do that, or they're trying to kind of micromanage my life and organize it, I never got to go through and make these mistakes so that I could adjust it according to me.
Yes.
And so then when you're traveling by yourself, it's like you just figure it out by you. And I feel like the other thing with ADHD is we don't have a problem going up and being like, please help, sir.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't live here. And you're like, could you please help me anyway? And also be my friend. And they're like, no. And you're like, well, I'm going to follow you around.
And now
no problems. Don't make me punch through the screen of your hotel room, sir. I will do it.
I will do it. I will end up in your bed. And that's how Natalie ended up in a New Zealand jail. No, she didn't. She never did.
Now go back to what you were saying.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a really good point, right? Because you just get to experience it. There's no one else. There's no story. There's no one else being like, oh my God, now here we are doing this thing with our ADHD person again. You're just like, wow, this is amazing and magical and wonderful. And I'm figuring it out. And then later people are like, oh my God, I don't know how you could do that. How could you just move through the world on your own with no one else and just figure it all out? And you're like, honestly, I don't really know either. But it worked out and I'm here.
But that's the magic of it, right? It's a unique experience too.
Yes.
Just to go somewhere. Like I flew to Sydney, which is a big town. I didn't research it. Even when I went to New Zealand, I didn't research it. This is how little I put into this. I was like, New Zealand, English speaking, that's great for me. Mountains, things. And I went there. New Zealand on the South Island is super, super close to Antarctica. I did not know that. I thought it was a tropical country. This is how ridiculous my geography is. So I packed on my own from college, shorts, t-shirt, sunglasses. I get there and I'm like, oh, fuck. It's like last stop to Antarctica. I'm like, that's weird. I thought we were by the equator. Anyway, I had to go out and get, and maybe I had it shipped there. I'm not sure because my memory is so bad, but I had to get all ski clothes.
Yes.
Skis, everything. I spent half my time skiing. Going along this same theme is a couple of my friends and I bought a van that we basically lived out of at the ski mountain. And that's how I, quote unquote, studied in New Zealand. It was just amazing. Yeah, let's do this and let's do that. After I was like, wow, this is not tropical. I wish someone had told me that. I wish I looked at a map.
I wish anyone or one thing that I looked at had told me that.
I wish I had just Googled New Zealand for 10 seconds.
Yep, or gotten just one of those guidebooks.
Just anything. But I figured it out.
Yeah, you did. And it worked out. And it was great.
Remember my friends were like, why do you have swim goggles? I was like, because it's tropical and we're going to go swimming in the ocean. They're like, Natalie, last stop to Antarctica. I was like, oh shit, there's penguins?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's definitely penguins. I love it. Speaking of penguins, I think this is a really great segue. So part of this traveling with ADHD thing, and this might just be traveling while clumsy, but we're on this trip. We are skiing. We are in ski clothes. My ski clothes are very, very bright. I have neon orange pants, which is really helpful. And Natalie, you know this. This is a segue to how we got to this podcast. I wear really bright clothes so people can't lose me. It's not my job to be found. It's people's job not to lose me. Oh my gosh, Eric is bringing me a delicious breakfast. This is amazing.
Mine? Thanks,
jerk.
jerk.
Yeah, do you want to give Natalie a breakfast?
Feed it to me through the screen. It's okay, I'll catch it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Pretty sure that's how this works.
That's definitely
also, Deeley, I totally derailed your story.
Oh, I don't know.
And I was like, actually, let me tell my story.
I don't even remember what story I was telling, but I was trying to get here, so we got there anyway. This is how it is with ADHD. You're like, I had a vague idea of the thing I wanted to talk about. And actually, I didn't have that idea. I just went back in our text message thread and was like, what should I talk about? Oh, that's right.
And then I was like, let me just keep interrupting you so that you can't finish the
We got there anyway. Okay, we came back around. You got the ski clothes. You got the van. You're skiing. Plus, the van thing, that's how people travel in New Zealand. Like every person that I know that's either planned or on a whim gone to New Zealand ends up owning a van, and then they sell it to the next person who comes in and is like, oh, this is close to Antarctica. What?
You know what's even better? One more side note about New Zealand. When we went, it was before there was any kind of liability. So it was like every single thing that you did in New Zealand was do at your own risk. Yes. So we booked a heli trip for $200 because that was before heli skiing was popular, I guess. We took a helicopter. We had a guide, and it was just hiking, boot packing along these ridges where the guide, I remember, was like, just don't fall. And we're like, why? And he's like, because you die, in their accent that I can't understand because I can't understand anyone with the accent. So I'm like, what? Did you say we're going to die? Oh, wow. Yeah, that was the whole experience. The first run, the guide hit this boulder covered in snow and had to be heli-vac'd out.
What?
And then we were just, and then we were just out all day, just on these random peaks where they were like, don't step in the crevasse. And I'm like, what the fuck is a crevasse? I'm like, am I supposed to jump? And they like say something that I can't understand. And I'm like, oh. Okay, anyways.
This is extraordinary. Having skied with you, I'm imagining you skiing, but crazy, beautiful New Zealand background.
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, basically skiing for Lord of the Rings, but then being told, just flying through the air.
Yeah, no, they were like, don't fall in the crevasse. I'm like, excuse me, define crevasse.
And how will I know?
Yeah, speak slower because I can't understand anyone with an accent.
This is amazing. So we are on a ski trip and we're heading up to Canada. We're in Bozeman, Montana, and we're going to go meet a friend of mine at this bar right from skiing. And so I'm wearing all my ski clothes and we'd stopped and gotten an ice cream. So we got this ice cream and then it was melted. And there's a big cup of ice cream. Imagine a whole pint of ice cream. It's in this container.
More is better, which we decided last episode. More is always better.
But now we couldn't handle it. And so it's all melted. So it's now ice cream soup. And I was thinking to myself, oh, this is a good idea. I'll take this into this bar. They must have a trash can in there. and I will throw it away. And so I'm holding the ice cream. I'm in my bright orange pants, neon orange. I'm glowing, and I walk into the door, and there's a trash can right there. And I go to throw it in, and instead of throwing the thing into the trash can, it just explodes all over me. There's melted vanilla ice cream everywhere, all over my orange pants, all over the floor, all over the bar. Basically, the record needle scratched, everything stopped. The whole bar is looking at me, and I'm covered in ice cream. And all I can think is, oh my God, this is going to be the perfect time to tell my penguin joke. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be amazing. And so bartender comes over with a rag and some towels, and like Eric's there and everyone's trying to help clean me up. And I'm just like, penguin joke, penguin joke, penguin joke, penguin joke. And I like, can't let it go. And so I walk up to the bar to give this nice gentleman back his now like very dirty, sticky ice cream covered rags and towels and things. And I give it back to him. And I was like, it reminds me of a joke
that I just thought of in the past second. Definitely
like,
not been holding on to this one.
And there's like bar patrons that are like, oh, you've got a joke, tell us a joke. And he's like, I have other customers, but he's like too polite. And now he's stuck. He's like, trapped with me. And I was like, yeah. So Penguin is driving through the desert because, penguins do that. And he's got this triple stack of ice cream, vanilla ice cream. Or no, sorry, Penguin's driving. Penguin's driving through a desert. And all of a sudden, the alternator in his car, the radiator all blows. And he's got smoke coming out of his car. And he's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm a penguin. So he pulls the car into a mechanic shop. And he waddles out and he goes up to the mechanic and he's like, Mr. Mechanic, you got to help me. There's smoke coming out of my car. And the mechanic's like, don't worry, little penguin. We're going to get it taken care of. There's a little ice cream shop down the way. Just waddle yourself on over there, hang out. It's cool. We'll come get you when it's over. And so the penguin waddles off and he goes to the ice cream shop and he gets this giant triple stack of his favorite vanilla ice cream, big scoops. And he's like diving into it, right? Just like nom, 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 nom. And there's ice cream flying everywhere. All of a sudden the mechanic comes in and taps him on the shoulder. And the penguin turns around and the mechanic says, hey, it looks like you blew a seal. And the penguin goes, no, it's just vanilla ice cream.
I don't understand. Penguins don't eat seals.
No, he blew a seal.
I don't get it.
Now it's seal cum all over his face, but it's vanilla ice cream.
Deeley, that is disgusting. For my PG mind, I was like, I thought this was a kid's joke about penguins.
Definitely not. And I'm in a bar covered in ice cream, like trapping people, telling them this joke. And then I wouldn't let it go. I was like, I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. This is the best.
Wow. I can't tell if that's wildly inappropriate or wildly funny or both. It's probably both.
I'm going to go with both. I'm going to go with both.
Oh my God, that's so ridiculous.
Needless to say, this is a great culmination of hyperfixation, couldn't let go of the joke, trying to do too many things at once, carrying 15 things and dropping the ice cream, and then just like being like, well, let's see what happens.
That is a very ADHD thing to spill. I spill on myself all the time. I cannot not spill. I'm always covered in things.
Always. 100% of the time.
Can you tell me what it's like to travel with two males who are very neurotypical and very organized and very like, what's the plan? Boop, boop, boop. Not that they sound like that, but that's how I do my neurotypical voice. They do.
They do.
Oh, I'm going to list some adjectives and you nod if it's true. Annoying.
Big nod.
Big nod. Yes. He's so opposite of how we travel, where we'd be like, where do you want to go today, Deeley? And you'd be like, I don't fucking know. You'd be like, the light's cool over there. And I'd be like, let's go get some ice cream. And you can tell your penguin joke that I totally don't understand because I'm 3.
Yeah. And then we'd go out to do that. But instead we'd end up making friendship bracelets with a horse. And it would be amazing. Yeah. It would be like, look at these great horsetail hair friendship bracelets we made. Also, we bought a horse. That's how we're going to get to Canada on our new horse, Jim. We named him Jim.
What are you guys doing with your car? We sold it to that guy for a horse. Isn't that amazing? They're like, that's a terrible trade. We're like, fuck you. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't you tell me. I'm just going to read a text message that I sent to Natalie. Okay, I know this is totally normal and reasonable question to ask, especially when people are traveling together, but I will literally stab the next person who is a man and asks me, what is the dinner plan? It doesn't matter if I know that person or if it's a reasonable question or if I also want dinner. I will stab them. It's about like that. You were like, okay, this is going into our next episode. And then a lot of ha 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 ha's. And I was like, that's fine, Natalie. But an episode will literally just be me screaming, oh my fucking God, feed yourself. If I see you and you're hungry, I will stab you. What is the dinner plan? I don't know. I've been snacking like a feral raccoon for the last 8 hours. Or I haven't eaten in the last 12, but certainly nothing in between. But you don't hear me asking about a dinner plan, do you? No.
You know what it is? I just want to go do it, right? Yeah. I don't want to have to plan. I don't want to have to go around your whatever you like. And I actually don't care. I'm just like, make a decision and I'll make it work. Let's just go experience it.
Yes.
I don't need to plan this out. I don't need to have a talk about it.
No.
This reminds me that yesterday, you'll appreciate this. This has nothing to do with traveling, except for just neurotypical people meeting, where I literally can't. I had a meeting for a young kid for my job at this preschool at 8:30. I show up at 8:40 because I didn't want to be at the start of the meeting, because usually the first 10 minutes are like, oh, how are you, Nancy? And she's like, oh, I'm good. How are you? And I do not care. So I'm like, I am not doing that. So I show up late. I look in the meeting and I was like, oh God, that looks so boring. So instead of going in, I go and I play with the babies in the next room over, and I'm hiding so that the people in the meeting who I am supposed to be with cannot see me like a teenager. I do that for like 35 minutes. Then I'm like, I should probably go in the meeting.
Yeah.
And while all the teachers in the room are laughing, I'm like, tell me what they're saying so I can maybe pop in and pop out. And they're like, we're not going to go spy on this meeting, Natalie, that you're supposed to be in. I'm like trying to get everybody in on it. They're like, we're actually working and we don't even know what you're doing. You're just hiding. So then instead of going into the meeting, I actually avoid it and go into the other room. This is this pre-K classroom, and start playing in there. And I avoid for an hour. I avoid the entire thing to the point where I crawl from the bathroom to the next room so that they can't see me. And the teacher there is very cool, and she was laughing. I was like, please don't let them see me. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, I just can't go into this meeting. There's 10 minutes left. I'm waiting for them to end. I'm like, oh my God. So then I wait and I see cars leaving. I'm like, okay, it's safe to go. Even though I could have just attended the meeting, but now I've committed to not attending.
Yeah,
so,
you're in.
Or I'm out. I see the cars leaving. This one woman who I know doesn't like me, because every week she's like, where are your progress reports? And I'm like, fuck you. I'm not making them. And she's like, well, you're the only person we have, so I guess we'll just keep you on board. I hate busy work. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. It's the worst. Just like these meetings. I'm like, I will email you in a sentence what the kid is doing, and then we're done. I do not need to attend this. So she's there. So the teacher's like signaling to me from behind this woman, like, she's there. And I'm like, distract her and I'll run by. So she starts talking to this director woman so I can run out the door, and I get in my car and leave. Yeah.
That is amazing.
That happened.
You are my hero.
Am I?
You are my hero. We've talked about this, how if I'm in a meeting that I think is not worth my time, I can either have a face that makes it look like I'm paying attention, or I can use words that make it sound like I'm paying attention, but I cannot make those things match. One of them is going to belie the fact that I'm like, this is a giant fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
And I should not be here.
So that doesn't have anything to do with traveling, other than when I'm traveling with neurotypical people, that's what it reminds me of, where I'm like, oh my God, I cannot do your busy work. I cannot have these mundane conversations. Figure it out, make a decision, or I will, and we just do it.
They asked me probably 15 times if I had my passport yesterday. And I was like, guys, I understand that it's me, but I also understand that for literal years of my life, for like 12 years of my life, I worked in the travel industry, which meant I was traveling internationally for like 6 months out of the year, going all kinds of different places, domestic, international, all kinds. And I have never lost a passport. And also, I've shown up at the airport without an ID, and it's fine. They still let you on the plane. You got to do some extra stuff, but it's fine.
Yeah,
like
I've done that too.
Yeah. You're going to be fine. And they're like, well, are you sure you have your passport? Are you sure you have your passport? I'm like, I have the fucking passport. I have it. I can do this. And now, do you know what it makes me want to do?
Just burn your passport.
Take all of the passports and burn them. And be like, no, nobody has a passport. We live here,
like,
we live here with our horse, Jim.
We have 1,000 friendship bracelets that we will start selling for $1 a piece. I'm sure
exactly. We will be great.
New business model.
Oh, man.
All right, last question. What do you think your favorite part of traveling is as a person with ADHD?
Oh my God, the magic and the wonder. Truly one of my favorite things to do. So I used to do a ton of solo travel, and now I do less solo travel, but it's my favorite thing in the whole world. It's just to go to a place by myself. And the first thing that I do when I get to a place is I just find whatever coffee shop looks like literally has the best light and the best vibes. Then I sit there and I get really over caffeinated and I watch the world go by. And then ideas just come to me like, oh, you should go walking in that direction. I did this once in Reykjavik and it was amazing. And I ended up taking myself on this amazing tour of these 3 beautiful museums in Reykjavik, walking all around. Reykjavik's stunning and very expensive. So walking is a really great pastime in Reykjavik because it does not cost money. And everything else in Reykjavik is many, many dollars. And so I walk around and I make some friends and I bump into some people who know someone that I know. And we have this great time and we're going through all these museums. And then I get back to the place that I'm staying and there's all this what to do in Reykjavik. And basically, I had done all of the things, all of the what to do in Reykjavik things, I had just figured out on my own. And that, to me, that is the magic of being ADHD, is where you're just like, oh, this seems like a great idea. I'm going to go do it. And then you realize, yes, it was a great idea. And other people have to be told and planned and given a directive and a little brochure and a map to follow. Turns out I managed to do all the things I was supposed to do by myself.
That's what I think it is. Spending a moment just to tune into your intuition, which I feel like as ADHD people, that's one of the things that we do have is our intuition. wish.
And we can't lose it.
We can't
It's
lose
just
it.
with us. I can't lose it.
It is the one thing that I rely on that never goes
Yes.
away. And you
Yes.
have that, and taking a moment, right, just to be and being okay with, let's just see how this goes and experience it. And then you're like able to
Right.
do all of these amazing things that otherwise you wouldn't be able to do, or would feel forced, or So I think that's amazing. I
Thanks.
feel bad that you're there with two neurodivergent ding-dongs, but
Well, they're neurotypical. So
I mean, neurotypical ding-dongs, yes.
yeah, I'll get through.
You'll get through. Next time we need to travel together. Just
Agree.
us.
Strong agree.
My 2027 goal is to be traveling with Deeley just solo.
Yes, and our horse Jim. Don't forget about him.
And any other animals we pick up along the way, they are gladly welcome.
Animals, people, whatever. Big crystals. I don't know. Amazing, my friend. I hope you have a beautiful day.
Thank you, buddy. You too.
Well, let's see what happens.
Always.
Always.
And forever. Yes. Amen.
Amen.